Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning into Coin Conspiracy. This is your host, Silver Slayer. Today, we're talking about precious metals booming recently. What is going on with gold and silver? Why are the markets climbing? Is this good? Is this a healthy market, or is this a false flag? But anyways, before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. I post a lot of videos on this channel. This is my second channel. I do have a main channel where I post daily videos. So if you just love precious metals or just want to stay tuned in what's going on, make sure to subscribe to both of them. So anyways, let's jump right into this video. So we see gold break above $1,500, and we see silver approaching and actually broke through $17, which is really good news for the precious metals world. Gold is in the spotlight finally, and I've been talking about this. I've been keeping an eye on gold's price ever since it broke past that $1,400 resistance that it held for so long. And I knew that silver would follow suit eventually. It did not happen immediately, but now it seems to be, following its big brother, which is gold. Now, what is happening? Well, we've seen a lot of things play out in the economy recently with the Fed, cut rates. There's the stock market volatility. There's a lot of people wondering, what's going to be happening in the future. We have the 2020 presidential election coming up, but also a lot of media attention is gleaming or glorifying gold and silver right now. So it drives new investors into this world. I do want to mention a lot of people, find out about gold first and are curious about gold first because gold is the royal metal. Most people think of gold as king, and they start with the idea that they're going to be stacking gold, but then they, find out, they watch some videos and realize that silver is actually extremely undervalued, and there's a lot more potential in silver. So a lot of times, gold is the factor that drives people in, and then silver is the one that kind of, they fall into, or the category they fall into, which is, if that works for most people, or if that's healthy, then that's great. I'm just glad that there's finally some positive media attention, driving or surrounding precious metals, because it has been a pretty bear market, and a lot of people just don't seem, they just don't think of it as a profitable investment or a smart investment. But I definitely beg to differ, because what's happening in the economy right now with our, financial crisis, with the economic collapse, hyperinflation is destroying the dollar. It's lost 98% of its purchasing power. There's so much just happening right now that the only smart alternative is precious metals in the physical asset. We see silver ETFs. It's the same thing as holding your fiat currency in a bank. When you don't have the physical precious metals, you don't reap the rewards and the benefits that comes with that. Physical silver at least has many beneficial factors going for it. You can hold it, you are in complete control of your money or your wealth, and it's a way to transfer your fiat currency, your dollars, into something that's held its value since the beginning of time, since the beginning of man. Silver's been deemed valuable for 6,000 years as a tradable currency, from biblical times to Egyptians, which, saw silver and gold as the same value, because silver was seemed to be magical back in the day, the way it was responding to some elements, and the way it responded with electricity and all that. So it really has been seen as a form of valued currency forever, it seems like, and it's always going to be. And not everything else lasts. So our financial system definitely has to have some type of change. I don't even think it's possible to fix the situation we're in with how much debt we're in, with the way that our financial system works around the economy and around the government. And this is scary because people actually trust this, and they're investing their future in the hope that our financial system is going to stay safe and that it's healthy. But we're taking no precautions to fix this problem. We're trying to get ourselves out of debt by creating more debt. That's never going to work. So the only solution, well, actually there is no solution. The only safety net, the only alternative, is to go to precious metals. And the sooner people realize this, the quicker people start understanding what's really happening and start acknowledging it and admitting it, is the sooner they're going to be able to start taking control of their life and their finances. But right now I do see a lot of stuff that is driving people to invest in silver, and that really is good news. I'm trying to make videos to educate people, to bring the reality to the surface without scaring them. Silver was $50 in 2011, which was not very long ago. And I don't think a lot of people even know that. They don't even, the media doesn't talk about it. So I try to mention that type of stuff because the more people realize that there is a lot more potential than people try to give it value for. There is a lot more speculation that is occurring behind the scenes where people are iffy on the subject. And if they just understood, or if they were just educated properly, I think it would make things a lot more clear for them. And that's where I feel my job comes in, as a silver stacking channel and just a channel teaching people about precious metals. I feel it's my duty to share an unbiased perspective and opinion on the economy, on precious metals, and how to start into the world of investing, because it's more than just silver and gold. It takes patience, it takes budgeting, it takes actually having the will and the focus to understand what their goals are in the future, whether that's cutting out or making sacrifices for Starbucks in the morning, maybe not buying those expensive clothes or watch or whatever that you always do, and learning how to take control of your future, how to prep for your future. And actually, speaking on the topic of prepping, that's also another huge driver, a huge factor into why people start investing into precious metals, because a lot of people are trying to prepare. And if you're going to be a prepper and you want to learn how to barter and trade, then silver is definitely the main thing you're going to go to, the main asset for trading and bartering. Back in the day when it was with when our money was backed by silver, with real silver, constitutional silver, it was a lot easier, because if you wanted to buy something that's 50 cents, you had a walking Liberty half dollar which had 50 cents of silver in it. So our money was traded with something that actually had that value, or that amounted value inside of it. But nowadays we don't have that. So you can see how much harder, how much trickier, and how much less convenient we've made things for ourselves. If you go to usdebtclock.org and try and check out, the silver, or just check out how many trillions of dollars in debt we are, you can see that it's not something that's ever going to be able to be reversed or replaced. We're in a very sticky situation. Donald Trump actually mentioned the gold standard before, and how we could bring it back. He was joking about it, because not even silver or gold can save the situation we're in. The only thing we can do is use silver as an alternative to best preserve our wealth against hyperinflation and the dollar collapsing. It's really sad, but it's definitely something that all we can do is take matters into our own hands. I don't know what could be in place for the future. I don't know what could, I don't think that anything can actually fix this. There would have to be a new system in place. I don't know if the solution would be cryptocurrency, because that's still in a very beta form. It's definitely in a rough draft phase. There's many, many, many things wrong with cryptocurrency, but I do like the idea of a decentralized platform on the blockchain that stores all transactions on a public database for anyone to view. That's a very healthy thing. Also, it's digital, and it's it's a worldwide digital asset traded instantly, and it's universally accepted too. So it's not like there's a US dollar, or a Canadian dollar that you can only spend in each country. You can spend Bitcoin anywhere. And that's a very good point to make, especially comparing it to precious metals, because silver and gold is the same way. Silver and gold is sold anywhere. Even if you have American Eagles in the United States, you can still sell that American Eagle in China or somewhere else for its silver content, not for the face value, for the metal content. And that really shows the intrinsic value that silver has on a global scale. And it's always going to be used as that, and is deemed valuable, at that. So there's many things to think about, but just trying to recap a little bit. Precious metals are on the spotlight. This is very good for silver and gold. I'm curious to see where gold and silver go from here. There's many factors that still are in that unknown category that are going to be influencing silver and gold's price, but I definitely think I have some high hopes for it. I'm going to stay tuned on the world of the economic side of it, on the market side of it, even if it's the paper side, looking at candlestick charts, trying to analyze and just try to reflect on where it can be heading in the future. I know those price predictions aren't very accurate and don't take them seriously, but they can bring some good indicators, especially if you apply those with the same types of, factors that are happening around in the economy and the political views and such. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you already haven't. Also, go check out my main channel, Silver Slayer. I'm posting videos every day on there. You guys are definitely going to enjoy that channel as well if you enjoy this type of content. So thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys soon. Peace.